Thank you so much for asking me to share a story with you. It's so lovely to be here. I really feel at home amongst volunteers. Our liberation warriors. It's 1966 in Melbourne, where two handsome homosexual men, both 28, became a couple, unceremoniously. For one, it was love at first sight, while the other needed time, a more gradual process. Only a little time passed before the air was filled with lust, love, light and passion. There was something in the air that night. They were infatuated and became starry-eyed. Their passion and love was not just physical, it encompassed multiple levels. They had a dream to be free. No, not from each other, but from the many social, legal and communal restraints. Together, yet not free, longing for liberation, their lives were governed by society rejecting them for who they were. They're unloved, invisible, isolated, facing daily insensitivities, and being ostracized by the general community. Most terribly, they were criminals for loving and sharing their bodies with each other. These two lovely men were burdened by archaic British colonial laws. Their same-sex physical love was labelled not to be named amongst Christians and an unnatural act. Their lovemaking had a potential 14-year prison sentence. This was a reason why they had fear to come out for who they were. Their love was cloaked in secrecy. For seven years, until 1973, these warriors' relationship was judged a sexual orientation disturbance or a mental illness. Aversion therapy was pervasively perpetrated by the medical profession. Now it has re-emerged via religious groups and cults. Sex role stereotyping was so intrusive, an unwelcome influence on their lives. Yet, despite these multiple divisive hurdles, their love, closeness, and communal commitment blossomed. Both are Caucasian from different social strata and backgrounds. One from a war-ravaged Middle European country with a lower working class, war-disrupted childhood, and an atheist. The other, a middle-class, well-educated Australian Anglican. He carries religious scars because of his courage. During the early 1960s, he was an Anglican theological student, enrolled at St John's College, Morpeth. He was training to be an Anglican priest. The bishop in charge had discovered his student had a criminal record. It was for two minor, mid-1950s, adult male homosexual offences. The bishop asked our liberation warrior what he wanted most in his life, to which he responded, "Oh, so courageously, I want to live with the man I love." Upon that response, he was sacked from the college. He carried this religious, discriminatory baggage his whole life. On and off during the late 1960s, when comforting each other about their distressed lives, in a gentle embrace, they frequently and longing said, like a lament, if only there was a homosexual rights organization we could join. Both yearned for a better life, not materially nor physically, but living as a recognized homosexual couple. Time passed, waiting, dreaming, waiting, yearning, dreaming of being included. Equal, you know, all those warm fuzzies. 1 September 1970, in the morning, they, as per usual, opened their Australian newspaper. Laughter, joy, with tears erupted. Here's our manna from heaven. Our wish has been granted. The campaign against moral persecution, Camping, was born. Putting pen to paper, they courageously joined, becoming foundation members of the first Australian national homosexual rights movement. Volunteering, like yours, was in their DNA. Their strength as liberation warriors grew. They told the whole wide world by the 1972 National ABC TV checkerboard program, we're just a homosexual couple in the suburbs. However, it became a grand national public coming out. The program emphasized that the only difference is we are same-sex attracted. And they proved it by having the first ever male-to-male kiss on Australian national TV. Our 1966 warrior couple, they were so courageous, idealistic, committed, but oh, so naive. Dark, difficult, gloomy times were ahead. One lost his job, which he had had for 4 years. He was sacked purely because he had come out gay publicly. The other ostracized at his work by other gays. Their lives were now filled with psychosocial difficulties, longing for outside moral and financial support, but never forsaking the love, bond and connection with their community. Just one income was now their lot. Finding work was difficult and troublesome for the one who had been sacked. Ceaselessly, night and day, every day, their black Bakelite hallway home phone rang. Little sleep, waking tired, near exhaustion was their lament. Troubled youth, homosexual men, lesbian women, and many others pouring out their closet life woes by the black Bakelite hallway phone. Endless sympathy, compassion and empowerment flowed electronically through the couple's black Bakelite hallway phone. An early 20-year Swedish guardian angel arrived on their Balmain home doorstep. He spread his wings around this isolated couple, burdened by 24/7 telephone calls. A brainwave accompanied this Swedish guardian angel. In his beautifully crafted but broken English, he told the couple that his Swedish experiment in establishing phone a friend should be replicated here. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. Where would it be housed? Who would answer the phone? The Swede had the answer. We'll gather volunteers, make a roster, and use your front room. And so it came to pass. And so it came to pass. On a so-called Black Friday, 13 April 1973, this black Bakelite hallway phone was reborn, renamed Phone a Friend. There are occasions the one remaining warrior finds himself pondering in that same Phone a Friend front room. Emotions resurface of the post-1972 checkerboard hardships. Eventually, the hardship emotions fade and are overtaken by pride. Pride because the checkerboard personal negative impact has become a long-term positive for our community. One of these positives was Phone a Friend, camp's enduring entity, which started its life in the warrior's front room. It's had various incarnations since. So here we are tonight. 46 years on, it still exists, supporting, counselling, assisting, enriching and empowering our multifaceted community in many and varied ways. Our two liberation warriors, Peter Bonsall-Boone, better known as Bon, and Peter de Waal, were a couple for over 50 years. Peter became the man Bon had so courageously wished for when he answered the bishop during the early 1960s, when Bon said, "I want to live with the man I love." Thank you.
It's to Peter de Waal and Peter Bonsall-Boone, as our granddaddies, to show our great appreciation and deep thanks for your personal sacrifice, energy, passion and hard work dedicated to camp, and to the founding of Phone a Friend, which lives on in QLife today. I'd like to give you this.
Thank you so much. I'm very moved. Thank you. I'm about to cry. Thank you.